Vladimir Putin is a daunting political figure all around the world. The controversial president's time has been filled with questionable incidents, including tensions in Syria, the potential poisoning of intelligence officers, and the invasion of Ukraine. The president's assets include a luxury lifestyle and the possibility that he is the world's wealthiest individual. Let's take a look at the luxurious lifestyle of President Vladimir Putin. Welcome back to The Wealthiest, where you will learn the ins and outs of the world's elite, how they live and how they spend their accumulated wealth. Let's get started. Childhood and his political career. On October 7, 1952, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin was born in Leningrad, Russia, which is now known as St. Petersburg. He attended the grammar and high schools in the area while growing up in a communal apartment with his family. Putin started his career as an intelligence officer in the KGB in 1975, having graduated with a law degree from Leningrad State University. He served in that capacity until 1990, mostly in East Germany, when he retired with the rank of lieutenant colonel. Putin worked as an administrator at the University of Leningrad after his return to Russia. Following the downfall of communism in 1991, he was appointed as an advisor to liberal politician Anatoly Sobchak. Later that year, Putin took over as Sobchak's head of external relations after the latter was elected mayor of Leningrad. By 1994, Putin had assumed the role of Sobchak's first deputy mayor. Following the defeat of Sobchak in 1996, Putin left his position and headed to Moscow. Then how did he take the position of president? After Boris Yeltsin resigned as president of Russia in December 1999, Putin was named acting president until formal elections could be held. With 53% of the vote, Putin won his first term in office in March 2000. Following an abundance of activity during his first election, Putin was re-elected in 2004. Term restrictions imposed by the Constitution barred Putin from seeking the president in 2008. But when Dmitry Medvedev, his protege, took over as president in March 2008, he named Putin Russia's prime minister right away, enabling Putin to continue holding a major position of power for the following 4 years. Vladimir Putin was re-elected to a third term as president on March 4, 2012. On May 7, 2012, he took power amid intense opposition and claims of electoral fraud. Shortly after, he named Medvedev as prime minister. After huge twists and turns, the Russian people strongly elected President Putin once again to a fourth term in office on March 18, 2018, the fourth anniversary of the country's invasion of Crimea. Putin received more than 76% of the vote, with 67% of the electorate casting votes. With only about 13% of the vote, the closest opposition had little hope of unseating the well-liked leader. Pursuing a fifth term as president, Putin declared in December 2023 that he would run for the presidency of Russia once again in the approaching March 2024 elections. This would be his fifth term in office. He could run for another 6-year term after he wins the presidency this time, and stay in position until at least 2030. Putin is still well-liked, and is not anticipated to face any significant opposition. As to CNBC, a survey conducted by the Russian news agency TASS revealed that over 78% of Russians believe in Putin, and over 75% agree with his actions. This journey of the president of Russia has not been a bed of roses, but with huge amounts of setbacks, he has been able to secure his position as an unforgettable leader in the world, with tremendous effort and dedication. Putin has been in politics for a long time, so he has seen 5 U.S. presidents come and go, 4 of them completing their terms. Some sources claim that throughout the past 20 years, Putin has strengthened his hold on power in Russia by altering the country's legal system, media, as well as other institutions to support his own political goals. He reportedly changed Russia's constitution to increase his chances of remaining in power until 2036, and possibly even longer, having a big impact on the political landscape of the country. Currently holding the position of president of Russia, Vladimir Putin is among the wealthiest persons in the world, with an estimated net worth of $70 billion as of February 2024. Now, after a quick look into his journey, let's take some time to look at his daily life. When it comes to the morning routine, did you guess that he wakes up early in the morning similar to the method we all have been advised? Then this is the truth. The president of Russia wakes a bit late, and since he has breakfast at noon, he enjoys a delicious breakfast consisting of a big bowl of porridge or an omelet. It's been stated that Putin has a liking for unusual flavors, with his breakfast preferences including beetroot and horseradish cocktails. Putin's breakfast almost always includes cottage cheese. He puts some fresh fruit to the side to balance the meal. It is also said that sometimes he consumes uncooked quail eggs for breakfast. Russia's religious leader. His favorite drink is coffee, which he has just after breakfast before heading to work. He cuts through the water for 2 full hours, making important decisions and getting his daily exercise in at the same time. The president of Russia takes great care to maintain his level of fitness when it comes to exercise. His favorite thing to do after swimming is work up a sweat at the gym, and then it's time to start doing some actual work. Vladimir Putin typically begins his workday in the early afternoon. He first sits down at his desk to go over briefing materials, which include articles on foreign policy, domestic intelligence, and media coverage from Russia and other countries. All official communications are done on paper and kept safe and guarded against any potential breaches in internet security. The usage of fixed-line telephones from the Soviet war era, which provided a more secure method of contact for sensitive subjects. The Russian president has a very strict routine whenever he stays in on his foreign travels. Travel out of Russia. To guarantee the highest level of protection and privacy in a foreign nation, everything is replaced, including fruit dishes, toiletries, meals, and bed linens. Putin is also renowned for being picky about the cuisine he eats on these travels, never accepting any meal that hasn't been carefully inspected and approved by the Kremlin beforehand. Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, frequently benefits from a more flexible work schedule on the weekends in order to attend his English language sessions. He occasionally prays and makes confesses on Sundays. Russian officials close to him stressed that his lifestyle does not fully represent that of a devoted Christian, despite these religious rituals. It is evident that Vladimir Putin makes time on a regular basis to play ice hockey, one of his favorite pastimes. The president of Russia plays competitively in a league against teams made up of his bodyguards. For Putin, it's a fun pastime that combines his love of the game with some friendly rivalry among his close friends. Private jets. The Il-96-300 is Putin's personal aircraft. Its size alone is impressive, measuring close to 65 meters in length and more than 65 meters in wingspan. Putin's private jet has a luxurious cabin with gold accents and elaborate tapestries. The furniture and interior design are influenced by the style of neoclassicism. A private office, multiple meeting and conference rooms, a quiet relaxation area, a small mini gym, a large eating area, and a fully stocked bar are just a few of the features that the facility offers. There are rumors that the Russian president owns further private aircraft, and the estimated value of his collection is enormous. Do you know how much it is? It is $1 billion. Vladimir Putin also has another luxury in his fleet, an Airbus ACJ-319, which is his most expensive private jet. Putin mainly uses this aircraft for quick trips. The Airbus jet has a king-sized bed in the master bedroom, with every elegance someone could imagine. 8 of the 64 Tupolev Tu-154S ever made are owned by Putin. Each aircraft costs $45 million. The car collection. The prior Mercedes-Benz S600 Guard Pullman was replaced with an Urus Senate limousine as the official presidential car. With a range of defensive and life-saving features, the Urus Senate is built to meet the exacting criteria established by the Federal Protective Service. The Urus Senate, which NAMI developed in Russia as part of the Cortege project, is worth an incredible $1.2 million and made its public debut during Vladimir Putin's 4th inauguration in 2018. Among the Mercedes vehicles in his collection are the Lada Vesta sedan and the Lada Niva 4x4. And Putin enjoys traveling the nation in more than just automobiles. The Russian president travels throughout Russia in an opulent train known as the Ghost Train. The 22-car train has 6 extravagant features, including a Turkish bath steam room, a spa section with anti-aging devices, and a fully equipped gym. The train offers lavish sleeping accommodations, exquisitely decorated dining cars, and a movie theater for entertainment. The construction of this opulent train came at an astounding cost of $74 million, which the Russian people bear financially. Watch collection. The president of Russia has one of the most stunning watch collections in the political world. Here is a collection of some of his most recognizable possessions from his tenure in office, which include high-end brands like A. Lange & Söhne, IWC, and Patek Philippe. Worth $60,000 is the Patek Philippe Perpetual Calendar, a $18,000 Patek Philippe Calatrava watch, a Breguet Marine worth roughly $15,000. A $10,000 Blancpain Lehman flyback was calculated. $10,500 for a Blancpain Lehman Aqua Lung Grande date. At a value of $500,000, the Turbograph, designed by German timepiece A. Lange & Söhne, is the most valuable. His expensive custom clothes, multi-million-dollar luxury vehicles, private jets, and watches all attest to his taste for extravagance and provide a sharp contrast to his publicly disclosed income. Vladimir Putin's opulent homes. Let us examine these multi-million-dollar homes. Putin's place. Putin's palace, an incredible $1 billion house, is his property. This enormous palace is close to Gelendzhik, a seaside town. Lanfranco Cirillo, an Italian architect known for creating homes for Russia's wealthy, was the architect behind this amazing home. There are several buildings in the palace complex, one of which is a large residence that occupies 17,700 square meters. The complex includes a chapel, an amphitheater, an arboretum, a greenhouse with a helipad, and a unique tea house that doubles as a guest home. A variety of facilities, including a spa, Turkish baths, an aqua discotheque, and a swimming pool, are housed in the main structure. A warehouse, reading room, music club, hooker bar, theater, and movie theater are among the extra amenities. With many more extravagant facilities and luxuries in the palace, no doubt he has the life of a king within the mansion. Bocharov Ruche in Sochi. Mr. Putin enjoys using his summer home, Bokharov Ruche, in Sochi, in addition to his primary estate, Novo Ogoryevo. It's said to be the only Black Sea government dacha. Putin possesses several properties in Russia apart from his primary residence. It was ordered by Kliment Voroshilov, a strongman and Soviet marshal under Joseph Stalin, and completed in 1955. Soviet officials like Khrushchev and Brezhnev frequently visited this government dacha. Dmitry Medvedev and Vladimir Putin at the Bokharov Ruche home in Sochi. Putin hosted U.S. President George W. Bush here in 2008, and he also showed flowers to Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel when she visited in 2018. Moscow Kremlin. Russian leaders have always had their primary residence at the Moscow Kremlin. According to 9 Australia, it is a historic structure that was built between 1776 and 1787 per Catherine the Great's orders. Putin's office, which is rectangular in shape in contrast to the Oval Office in the US, is housed in the north wing of the Kremlin Senate. Vladimir Putin has lived there officially since 2000 and is the president of Russia. This is where official events take place. This majestic structure has an unbelievable aspect due to the shimmering ornaments on its facade. Situated at the center of Russia's political and cultural legacy, the structure is incredibly iconic and symbolic due to its grandeur and historical significance. Encircling the presidential estate are strong walls that reach up to 21 feet in thickness, spanning 1.5 miles. This 68-acre, extremely guarded complex has about 20 towers and 15 buildings inside its boundaries. The Kremlin office features 2 enormous chandeliers and an ornately patterned ceiling, along with inlaid oak panels on the walls. Putin does not reside in the Kremlin, compared to the American president who is supposed to do so. Of course, he may always drive or take a helicopter to visit his historic office. For sure, these are some of the most expensive and valuable residences he has at his use. As the president of the most powerful country, Putin has 19 other homes. The life of Vladimir Putin and his lover. Putin first made contact with Lyudmila, his future wife, in 1980, while she was employed as a flight attendant. Following their 1983 wedding, the couple welcomed 2 children into the world. Maria, who was born in 1985, and Yekaterina, born in 1986. After nearly 30 years of marriage, Russia's first couple announced their divorce in early June 2013, promising a mutually agreeable divorce. They gave very little explanation for their choice. There are rumors that he has been having an extramarital affair since the 2000s with Alina Kabaya, a former gymnast. Prior to her gymnastics retirement in 2007, Kabaya won 2 Olympic medals for Russia and accumulated other world and European championship titles. Kabaya, who is renowned for her extraordinary flexibility, is thought to have initiated a relationship with Putin about the time she ended her gymnastics career. She was about 25 years old, and he was about 55. Kabaya first appeared on the Kremlin website in 2001 when she was pictured with Putin at a sporting event. This appearance, which happened when Kabaya was about 18, was a turning point in their supposed romance. Although they have been together for a very long time, does Kabaya have a separate residence from the president? Vladimir Putin had one particular idea in mind for his own home. He wanted it to be built to look like the majestic Winter Palace in St. Petersburg, which is also known as the Golden House. According to a new study, Russian President Vladimir Putin is now apparently residing with his fiancée and their children in a beautiful palace nestled in a forest near Valdai, approximately 250 miles outside Moscow. According to the source, the building of this lavish property apparently occurred soon after Putin entered politics in 1996. According to the article, Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, purportedly utilized a slush fund established in Cyprus to purchase his partner's real estate holdings, which are estimated to be worth $120 million. The homes of Alina Kabaya and Vladimir Putin are at the same distance from a large spa complex with a variety of opulent features. This facility includes massage rooms, a solarium, a 25-meter swimming pool, a sauna, and areas specifically for cosmetology and dentistry. There are rumors that Putin and Kabaya are parents to several children, but these kids are being kept hidden from the public. It is unforgettable to look at his food preferences. Returning to the subject of his dietary habits, Vladimir Putin has a very nutritious breakfast, and a diet that mostly consists of lettuce, tomatoes, as well as cucumbers. Of all the meats, he particularly likes mutton, but his first preference is fish. Conversely, it is thought that sweets should be strictly avoided and excluded from his menu. He's also been known to hold onto a bowl of chicken soup. It is disclosed that Alexander Putin prefers different types of pies for dinner in his 2022 book Putin's Family. His mother's cooking methods, who used to make pies with savory components like cabbage, rice, and beef, may have had an impact on this inclination. He dislikes oatmeal but enjoys buckwheat and rice. Putin likes wine and beer to go with his meals. However, his hectic schedule occasionally causes him to miss out. He occasionally has a shot of vodka as an aperitif, demonstrating his preference for both conventional and local drinks. I hope our insight into a day in the life of Vladimir Putin was very interesting to know. Of course, a day in the life of Vladimir Putin is an engaging topic that reveals the routine and obligations of one of the world's most recognized leaders. From the moment he wakes up until he goes to bed, Putin's day is packed with critical decisions, meetings, and engagements that influence his leadership as well as the direction of his country. If you like our video, please leave a comment letting us know what you liked and why. And be sure to subscribe to our channel to show your support and not miss any upcoming content. We look forward to seeing you in our next video. Until then, dream big and shoot for the stars.